My name is Anne Quednau. I joined Jangu International in 2021 and I'm focusing on branding, and also I'm an ICT trainer.
Yes, hi, I'm Morten. I'm 21 years old, coming from Germany, and I'm a volunteer here at Jangu International. I came last September and I'm going to stay until this September, so 1 year in total.
I don't know if everyone knows, but I never even had the thought about coming to Uganda or anything like that, or doing a volunteer service or such things. After finishing high school, I wanted to travel. I wanted to travel to different places, to visit my friends in New Zealand, to see my family there again, all those things, and I had planned them for 2 years. So I just waited for that moment of graduating from school, so I can go on the plane, and I just go there for a year or something, just traveling around. So I went online on Google. I remember myself searching how to travel during COVID lockdown. And I found that volunteer services had opened again, so it was maybe that one. So I started doing some research, looking for organizations, what they do, what kind of services can you do, where can you go to. And actually, to be honest, I didn't even hear about Uganda before I came. I didn't know the country. No, I knew, but by the time I got the project, I read it was in Uganda. I first went to Google Maps, I was like, Uganda, and I searched for it, I zoomed in, I was like, okay. So, yeah, it was really not on my plan, but I think it turned out to be the best option that I could have taken in that time.
And okay, by that time I didn't know about the roles and I didn't know about holacracy, I didn't know how it all works, but this community aspect really caught my interest, and I said, I want to experience that. So I told my program lead, don't give me any other project offers, I will take this one in Uganda. And I didn't really know, okay, what am I going to do there? I'm not an expert when it comes to entrepreneurship or business, and so I thought, okay, let's see. Then I remember we had the first talk with Kisito, Anne, me, the program lead, and Kisito, and we talked about, okay, what can we expect, what can we do, and it also somehow I think right now we have the proof. It was more about Anne with her organizational skills and computer work and all that stuff, and me, I'm more the practical guy. I don't like to sit really in the office. I like to be outside more and do work with my hands.
Me, being some super shy person, I already got scared when I met those of Morten at the airport. I was like, okay, now I'm in this, I can't go back.
And even after some time when we sat here in the retreat, I think we first learned about holacracy. Okay, we first heard holacracy. What is that? Let's listen carefully. Let's see how they really do it here. And we learned about the roles, and then after the retreat we took up the first ones. We had our first big success when we put the last book in the shelf of the library, had the whole list ready, and then we got another 15 bucks of books sent. And then we said, no, not today, not today.
So by the time coming here, the first evening we had Papa's birthday party, and for me, I loved it, but I also hated it, because by that time I was not ready for such things. Meeting 20 plus new faces at once, not knowing the place I'm in and not knowing what everyone's doing, really made me feel super uncomfortable.
You're finished? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you all for attending. Good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon, teacher. Sir.
Is that how you greet teachers? No. Good afternoon, students. Good afternoon, Sharon. One more time. Do it like Sharon. Even Pemba. Okay. Good afternoon, students.
Good afternoon, sir.
Now. Welcome back from lunch. I'm your new science teacher. Because on our skin, we have sensors everywhere on our body, which make us, we have sensors for warmth, for heat, we have sensors for coldness.
Okay, 1, 2, 2.
After time, like I really got connected, and I remember one sentence my mom told me, because after a time I like telling people home about the place and about the work, and I remember telling my mom how good and how like just how much home this place feels like. And then she was like, you know what, I told you in the beginning, wherever you go, if there are people surrounded, like if you're surrounded by people, you will always feel home. So I think connecting to Jangu International, I think my favorite part is definitely people. Like, it sounds somehow broad, but for me I love just to be with people, even though I'm scared when I meet many new faces at once, but I love to be surrounded by people, and to be surrounded by a team like us, like you guys, is something I think super unique, and I think sometimes we don't even know how good that team is that we have here. Sometimes we talk about like team issues, we're not good in teamwork or what, but at the end of the day, this team that we are having in Jangu International is something you will not find anywhere else. And that's what I realized. And I think, especially like looking at some events that we've gone through, that teamwork that is happening in Jangu International is a highlight for me.
I think there have been many highs and many successes in the year. Might it be the library, the shop changed a lot, many new SINA enterprise products are in there, the visitor tours were up and down, many nice groups, some groups were not so nice, but the majority was really cool. And has been a great experience so far, and I think all that I could have hoped for before that 1 year was, my expectations were definitely met and even more.
Then also like seeing youth growing, when I look at those of Charles, Grace, Barbara, when we came they were just there and emerging still and coming to concentration. Today we're pitching. We have first of all emerging teams pitching about their enterprises, and then after we continue with applied. They also have some presentations for us today. And now looking at Barbara coming to my room, sometimes at night she gets a phone call from some important person, she comes to my room even if I'm sleeping, she knocks seriously, she's like, Anne, wake up, I have to tell you something, and she tells me about some success that she has accomplished. And such things, like looking back at that journey, at that year, like things and these people have been growing, and being part of that journey is just super amazing. Like looking at that, even what Tony said, looking at people like Grace pitching. I remember nights, many nights in the ICT with Morten when we practiced pitching with Grace and Charles. And looking now at her like pitching like that, it's somehow some success that I've been part of, and which makes me also somehow proud. Yes, so connecting to Jangu International, I think that's what I can say.
One more time. Then the other aspect which I was really glad that I could take part in was the empowerment, especially the personal development, to be part of the journey of the scholars, and even to share my experience and to give them knowledge and skills, might it be in team building, public speaking. Yeah, these were the major sessions I had, or when I supported Josephine in her sessions. And one, I think, key moment that I will really remember was the last football game that we had. I remember when we shot the third goal, the whole community was running on the pitch. Everybody was cheering, even our serious coach. Everybody ran on the field, and that was like this moment was like a symbol for, or like a metaphor for how strong the community is together, and how good we are working as a team. And yeah, I really like that. That was a key moment which I will always remember.
I think one other thing is that we always judge ourselves, but in a good way. Like, I think there are not many other places or companies or organizations where people really look at the work that they're doing and reflecting so much like we do, and trying to improve on a daily basis like that. there are some companies that go on workshops like once a year, maybe they have a retreat, but for us we do it on a daily basis. If something is not working, we go and try to improve it, and I think that's something we really can like give us credit for, because you see also it like pushes the organization so much forward.
I didn't really have so many lows in that year. I think the only thing that I will regret a bit that I didn't push some projects not as fast as I could have pushed them, because there were many delays and many things could have been done before they have been done, for example the living room project, but yeah, that's it. I'm very happy.
I think my highlight, most outstanding, was probably branding. I remember that time I was walking on the compound, it was like 3rd or 4th week, and Tony just came to me and was like, do you have some experience with social media? I was like, well, not really, but somehow. He was like, so you can try? I was like, yeah, I can try. And I remember some weeks back we posted a post, I think it was Comfort Zone Challenge, and Tony had sent me a screenshot of how many views it got in just a few days, and there were like more than 1,000 views. I think 1,300 views on some one post. And looking at like all the followers we got, how the pages look like, the logo, the branding development, like we have the banners, we have all these things around, and like I really know Tony also has put much work in that, and I think it's something that has started somehow slowly but really developed over that year, and I'm like super grateful to see that, and everyone like adapting to Jangu International. Now if you ask scholars that have just come, you ask them where are we, they will not tell you SINA, they will just tell you Jangu International. Then the other highlight was I think the SINA summit in January. Just meeting that whole network and meeting people from different countries, different places who've ever gone through the model and now like working outside. Like even if you think back, like it started with one place, now look at the places they are there, and even it keeps growing. You have another highlight was when the students from the, what was it called, Swedish business something came around, and I was not ready to take them around because I remember I was in Kasumba's room and Barbara came, and the only reason I came outside the room was because she told me, Anne, come outside, there's some hot dudes out there. I came outside to just look at them. Then Chisito was like, you come, we take them around. I was like, what? So I was not ready for that, but I think on a personal level of growth, that day has really showed me something, because when I came and even the first time we took visitors around, I'm not that kind of person who can just speak in front of people about something I don't know 100% of. And even if I know 100%, I'm still scared, super nervous, I can faint from there. And I think Chisito, but also Morten, just have pushed me in that museum ambassador thing so much. Put me in situations where I felt super uncomfortable. Even just last week when Chisito called me for that commission, I came around, I was like, no. Inside me, I was already starting to faint. You're welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Our company is called Komanyoko Company Limited.
Sweat to get.
Our rules: number 1, no leaves. Number 2, no resting. Number 3, get sick, get fired. Then number 4, we have pregnancy leads to termination of the contract. Arrival time at work is 4:30 a.m. No allowance.
Damaging any company property intentionally or not leads to immediate arrest. Gossiping, demands salary reduction, and demotion.
Come with your food, come with your own food, and eat only from toilets. Coach laughing equals to suspension for 1 month.
So the rules which makes us most unique as a company, we have circled them. It's get sick, get fired. Arrival time at work 4:30 a.m. Gossiping equals 3 months salary reduction and demotion. Come with your own food and eating only from toilets. And code laughing equals suspension for 1 month. So this is what represents us most, which we focus most on, and we prioritize it at all times.
Yes. You're most welcome to our company, Health Pollutions. We have in total a bit more than 10 rules that make us very unique, and we are going to present them to you. I think 3 or 4, one person. First one is, just as you have, no holidays, no days off. Then we have no resting, no breaks, that includes lunch break, evening tea, nothing. And no talking at the workplace.
No eating or drinking while at work. You eat, you go home. Yes. The moment you get a contract, it is for lifetime. There's no coming late leads to working overnight. The moment you come late, so you'll compensate, you'll come to work the whole night. My brother.
No feedback for management. So keep feedback for your wife, girlfriend, not for management. And while greeting us, the bosses, please, you have to be kneeling down.
Still not talking.
No talking. Just kneel down, we shall know you are greeting us.
We only pay you after 365 days.
A one-time payment. So please take care of your finances.
Violation of any of the above leads to full loss of payment, and our name is Health Pollutions.
Okay, everybody, blow it. Blow it. No. It's clean. Wow. Put the dust off, huh? Yes. No! 20. Here you go.
Give way, you will obstruct my thing. This one is out.
Yes, and I have 16.
I have 15 and
I have 5.
This is not yours.
no, this is mine.
I have 5.
8, you have 18. But
I have 5. I am looking 4.
okay. At least I'm second. I want to stay second.
18. Oh my goodness. How lala.
We've not spoiled that.
That's one. How is it?
So everything is fine, right?
Yeah, no problem.
Only that. Tony,
Yo, I go.
yes? You're taking ages. It's out! No, it's out! First place, second place, last one.
Please, put your hands together and welcome the longest, the strongest artist in the whole world. Wire!
Yes. We are ready.
We're ready. even if I would have traveled to some places where I wanted to travel earlier, I would have never had a year like that in any part, on any side. And I think it was not only just an option that I chose, but somehow just a new home that I gained and family. So, thank you.
Ihrem Weg zum Horizont denkst du vielleicht grad an mich, dann singe ich ein Lied für dich von 99 Luftballons und dass sowas von sowas kommt.